Will Space Marine 2's PvP be good? Well, it's probably going to be the mode that I'll play the most, as someone who likes player vs player games, but doesn't want a game with insane movement and insane abilities that'll give you an epileptic seizure and a bloody nose from trying to learn the game. But a more grounded shooter that has abilities, but these abilities won't give you a free kill. Which is why I'm kind of attracted to this player vs player mode. With the roadmap coming out, it also seems like it's going to get support. Unfortunately, we don't know the numbers of maps coming with the PvP mode, although there's at least going to be free maps as we can see from the trailers. And it's being confirmed that we're getting free modes, a team deathmatch mode where you have to get kills to win, a domination mode where you have to control free objectives, and the hardpoint mode where you have to control a circle that changes like location every 30 seconds or a minute. And also from the gameplay trailer, it seems that the timer for a PvP match, it will probably end in about like 7 minutes, so that's like 5 minutes a game probably, which I don't know. It also started raining, so but from what we know of the multiplayer gameplay, the mechanics in the PvP mode are going to be much different from the PvE mode and the campaign, as I believe there won't be any parrying due to it being very complex to add into the PvP mode, as I can't really even think about how it would be implemented. Maybe if the PvP mode does well, that means Saber will probably try and make it work in the future, and also healing is going to be much different in PvP, as you won't be able to use stim to heal yourself, but it'll be using a health regen system, which will occur 10 or so seconds after getting shot, whereas the campaign and operations game mode won't have health regen and will use stims. Another detail I found while watching the PvP trailer was that there's going to be ammo packs laying around maps, so you won't have to worry about running out of ammo if you're on a streak. Which through PlayStation showing the achievements for this game, if you want to platinum this game, you're going to have to play the multiplayer, as one of the achievements is to get a 5 kill streak in the Eternal War mode or the PvP mode. And also with the content roadmap also coming out, we're going to get a lot of updates for PvP and PvE. And also in a recent interview with one of the devs, it turns out we're going to get more classes in the future, but I have not a single clue to what these classes could be. Maybe a librarian or a Terminator. Another thing I recognized while watching the gameplay of the PvE mode was that I feel some of the classes are more designed for PvP, like the cloak ability for the sniper class. It seems pretty useless in PvE to be honest, but for PvP, it'll probably be useful to disengage fights and also the tactical ability that highlights enemies. I don't think you need to know the locations of enemies in PvE, but in PvP you will definitely get an advantage. Unfortunately, it was confirmed that there will be only crossplay for PvE and not for PvP for balancing, which in my opinion sucks, because there's countless games that have both PC and console players playing PvP, such as COD and Apex. And even in Apex, there are both controller and KBM players in the competitive scene, although there are complaints about it, which I think is mostly due to the games just being both naturally sweaty as they both have SBMM or skill-based matchmaking. But in my opinion, it's much more of a positive, as since the player base are unified, it makes it a lot harder for games to die because it's a lot easier to find games and you can play with your friends even on different platforms. What I really think they should do is to make it more like Destiny, where if you're a controller player playing with your PC friend, you'll play PC lobbies, which kinda solves the problem. My expectations for this PvP mode aren't really anything crazy. I think it will be similar to Gears of War 1's multiplayer in terms of scale. By the way, I don't think both of these games are similar at all, as Gears of War is a cover shooter. But my analogy is that Gears of War 1's multiplayer was nearly cut from the entire game. It wasn't a major priority. The campaign for Gears 1 was the main focus in development. It was more of an add-on or a second thought, which the same could be said for Space Marine 2's PvP. But this small add-on can evolve if there's a lot of popularity for it. If Space Marine 2's PvP mode blows up, it could be more of a priority if a Space Marine 3 ever happens, which I'm certain will happen if SM2 sells well, which it probably will, as I don't see SM2 failing at all. And I really don't think Titus's chapter ends here. While scrolling on Reddit, I saw some people talking about esports, and yes, I use Reddit, which esports is way too early to discuss. Esports in a game can be a negative or positive to a game, although a lot of games do get turned into an esport eventually. So yeah, Space Marine 2 drops soon, but I also wonder how many maps we're getting for PvP, which I hope there's at least 8. I think it's not going to be anything crazy, but fine. At least it'll probably be enjoyable.